I'm starting another pot of water to boil. I've actually run out of tea. The earlier tea bag was my last one. Enemies in S3 combats have 1 HP, can't snipe out an elite here for us. Hasta mañana. Have fun. Catch you around, Josie. And also reanimate. Runs are going to be longer while we're voting and Rhapsody is explaining new mechanics and cards. Yup. Also, with this character having like a higher skill ceiling than other characters, they're also just going to be in general longer because there's a lot more that you have to think about. How important do you find the starting relic? It seems kind of meh compared to the others. So you think it's meh compared to the others, but then you think about the base deck and the base costs. And in particular, you think about the fact that playing Vigilance and Eruption on the same turn is heavily incentivized and very, very common in the base deck. I suspect they designed Pure Water with that in mind, knowing this character needs an energy bump at the start in order to get going. I'm gonna go after random boss relic. Blank. Night. Catch you around, bud. I think this is the worst boss relic that remains in the pool. Sweet. Well, chat gets to choose a card immediately. Flying Sleeves, Wave of the Hand, and Prostrate. Prostrate. Second R, hit it hard, so that people know it's prostrate. And that's not me putting the thumb on the scale. I'm just making sure that people don't confuse it with a good time. Oh, there's also skip, by the way. Could immediately hear the music, Hello Darkness, my old friend. I'm just gonna stare off into the distance. It has to play over the top of that. Is anyone gonna clip it and do that? Start over here. Thank you for giving me Prostrate, by the way. I'm gonna try and turn this into a Mantra Divinity deck. Gonna try and turn it into that. You thought you got a mansion, instead you got an action. I don't know what action means. Heard they're redoing Rod, something about what got put in wasn't what the designer intended. Yeah, specifically that apparently it was miscommunication between the two designers. Oh, a mansion for ants. Get it now. Bowling Bash, Flying Sleeves, and Empty Mind all available here. If you go from Calm to Divinity, do you get 5 energy? Yes. You exit the Calm stance and you enter the Divinity stance. Both of those trigger. Chat, in a deck that intends to be in Divinity, exiting the stance seems pretty bad. I've definitely picked Empty Mind in decks that are intending to run Divinity before, but I've found them consistently bad. What is this open? I'm gonna skill potion. Good. Go for lethal. All right. The card draw worked out at the very end there, thankfully. Weave, Cross Joints, Follow-Up, all available here. Use Calm or Wrath on off turns, and use Empty Mind as an energy pump before switching into Divinity. Well, it depends whether or not I have the influence over how I enter Divinity, right? If I get Devotion, in particular, like the power that gives you Mantra at the start of your turn, I won't have control over when that triggers. Yeah, Crush Joints, 100% agreed. A 50% modifier of extra damage on top of a triplication? It's pretty good. This deck doesn't do well against elites yet. So specifically, if instead of Empty Mind, we went with Bowling Bash, I would be much more comfortable taking the path I'd initially intended up here. Because then we're one skill away and one attack up for the Gremlin Knob. Great in that position. And we can get through the Sentinels fight, where the Watcher, by base, has a lot of trouble in the Sentinels fight. The fact that we also have Prostrate makes it real difficult, because we can't play Prostrate in like any of those elite fights. So I think at this point, specifically based off of that, we have to peace out. Like we have to fight an elite at this rate. Like we can't avoid them all, but we can't take the 3 elite path anymore. Spoon and turn into a miracle deck. Fasting for Prostrate? It's very weak. A 2-card synergy that prevents 1 vulnerability is pretty weak. This'll also, by the way, leave insights in my deck from Prostrate. Not bad. We hit the backliner because now Eruption is enough to kill that by itself. Spoon's also good for PTV. What's PTV again? Oh, it'll be good for Vault as well. Hey, Lolash, how's it going? Can we get an exclamation mark Lolash in chat? Path to Victory. Yes, Path to Victory, you're right. Modes, good modes. You don't have Miracles for Spoon yet? Though. I don't have them yet, yeah. I mean, I literally just started the run, so I don't have anything. Had a chance to spend some time with this character. It's cerebral. I couldn't agree more. The skill ceiling for this character is high. How are ya? Vulnerability on that doesn't deal damage to me. Kill him. Cut Through Fate, Halt, and Carve Reality as skip, all available. We have an elite in 2 spaces time no matter where we go. Well, 3 spaces time. 3 or 2. It's amazingly fun to solve the puzzle every turn. Yeah, that's a large agreement. Like, the amount of turns that I've been, even in the YouTube series, I'm starting to experience this, where I'm like, okay, I need to stop, think about this for quite a while, because I'm not planning this turn. I'm not even planning the next turn. I'm planning the turn after the next turn a lot of the time. Whereas with other characters, that's less consistent. With this character in particular, the fact that you can retain cards and you have a lot of scry, like you have a lot of control over the rest of your deck, you have far more reliable control over those. Vigilance Empty Mind is draw, 4 cards for 1 energy here. I'm literally just going to be looking for defense, though. This character feels like Into the Breach. Agreed. Inspired by yesterday's stream, I've designed the perfect way to motivate you to win against chat when we go back to Slay the Streamer. Look, Slay the Streamer with this character, in particular, for the fact that you start with the draft, is going to be incredible. It's going to be insane. I can't Eruption this time. Let's set up a smite so I can try and get the kill, though. I could have done one more damage to the backliner if I was a little bit more careful, though. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. Brilliance, meditate, clear the mind. Brilliance is an exhaust card that gives you energy. Brilliance is the one that upgrades to be 0 cost. That's the one that I was mistaking the scrying card for. Still gonna be weird getting used to the 4th character since we have 3 gems. I imagine that at some point that'll be, like, when it's shipped to the main branch, it might include another gem. Do I need the upgrade or the rest? Do I need the upgrade before the fight or the rest afterwards? I think we need the upgrade specifically for the upgraded smite and the extra damage on this. Hopefully it's Lagavulin because we have the best setup against them yet. Yeah, this is where Bowling Bash over Empty Mind would have been so much better. What would 4th gem even entail? Probably Amethyst. Ooh, how would you collect it? Yeah, okay, never mind. I imagine it would be sold in every single shop for a small amount of money. Because that's one of the underutilized things for the game. Sold in shop for 100 gold. Yeah. A small amount of money because you don't want to not be able to qualify for it. You don't want to be able to not qualify for it. If it's not reliably qualifiable, then you lock people out of being able to go to the heart unless they're lucky. You don't want that to be the position. All of the others require you to make a serious sacrifice to get? Not necessarily. I mean, usually you get one bad relic in a chest over the course of a run, and skipping a rest or an upgrade is quite small. Fighting an Emerald Elite is probably the hardest of the 3. Doesn't that make Ectoplasm unusable? Yep, it does. It does. Well, I mean, it's just small, right? Like, if it costs, like, can't just cost 10. Yeah, the design of Ectoplasm is a little bit limiting on it. You wouldn't be able to take it on the 1st floor unless you're, like, immediately going to a shop, and especially if you get the robbers at the start of the 2nd floor, you could have a bad time. This turn sucks a lot. I'm really sad about it. I'm not going to use Smite this turn because it retains. So I'm going to use Cross Joints instead. Have it be a 1 question mark space. Have an event that requires completion for X cost is how it'll probably work. I mean, if you mark the question mark space, but the problem is if you, like, continue adding things that require specific directions, you end up in a situation where, like, you get to the 3rd floor and maybe the Emerald Elite and that question mark aren't on the same path and you're already locked out of it. You always want to be able to qualify from any position you're in at the start of each floor to plan to go to the heart. I imagine as a design condition, that's going to be a priority. Maybe they could have it specifically so they both appear on the same path, but that seems like an inelegant solution to me. They can easily go to dab in the path. Yeah, but that seems like a hack around rather than a good way to do it to me. Sweet. Smite stayed in the deck. Happy to see it. That seems to force the path instead of being able to choose, though. Yeah, that's my point. That's my point. Better stated than I did it. Or put them on different floors. But again, that means, like... Well, but the Emerald has to be able to appear on every single floor. Like, that's part of its design as well. You'd imagine the event would be the same. I feel the Watcher overall feels pretty undertuned right now. I would ask how much you've played the Watcher. This card's a lot better than I give it credit for. Path of Reality is a lot better than I'm giving it credit for. Eight runs on A20? Really? See, that's one thing that I have mentioned in particular about this character is that I think in higher Ascension, they're going to have more difficulty than other characters because the extra damage that the enemies get is multiplied by 2 when you're in Wrath form. Got him. That was a pretty good fight. Strawberry Block Potion, Weave, follow up in Perseverance, skip as well. I'll always think that like the ability to plan out your next turns reliably, so Scry and Retain are going to increase the skill ceiling ridiculously. Just joined, only watching the first episode. Is it just me, or do they feel like they're trying too much gimmicks in the new character? I don't feel like that. How many archetypes did you have? Retrace, Stance, Colorless, Fetch. Excuse me? What's Retrace? Stance is a build. What's Colorless, Fetch? I may have been wrong, only 3 themes. No. Scry is also a new unique mechanic to her? Yep. Well, not unique to her, it's also on reprogram. Retain is both a build, but it's also something that you can use in other builds, right? It's not like a build unto itself. It's not a dawn into its own day. Always. Or it's not necessarily that. Molten Egg, whenever you have an attack card to your deck, upgrade it. Very glad I took as much damage as I did there. How many cards am I going to be turning down? Mantra is sort of an archetype. I would agree with Mantra being an archetype. Mantra, Divinity. Alright. Defend, defend, crush. Please note that all votes will be offset once Singing Bowl is taken. Yes, that's a good point. The options will include now the ability to skip for extra HP. Don't forget the Alpha build. Yeah, Alpha is a dawn into its own day. That's a kind of like 1 card build for this character. Obviously, you use a bunch of other things to support it though. Thanks, game. Rhapsody, I watch your YouTube content. Really happy to catch a stream. Really happy for you to catch a stream, X the Mage. Glad to have you here. That's a block potion? No. I'll block when it does 12. Or when I'm threatened with lethal. That's only a 1 energy pump for us. But if we get Eruption, we're fine. 1 energy pump. Eruption. Okay. Ancient Potion, Halt, Flying Sleeves, and Perseverance. There's also Skip and Max HP. Skip is 0. Max HP is 1. Remember, you do need the pound sign beforehand. When you are voting, you need the pound sign first. This is my first stream. Good to see you, Mr. Pie. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a good time. I'd probably go for the 2 upgrades. Right? Hit Brilliance and Prostrate. Actually, it's probably Carved Joints. What's the potential infinite for the Watcher? Weave? It would be having stance changing that refunds energy and draws cards at the same time. You can do that with different Calm triggers and Empty Mind in particular, because exiting Calm gives you 2 energy. Yeah, we're going for some upgrades. Have you done a successful Divinity build on YouTube or Twitch VOD yet? Yes. In both, I believe. Brilliance, Crush, Strike, Strike, Strike. So that's 24 exactly. We've got it. Wire Heading, Bowling Bash, Empty Fist, Skip, and Max HP. Bowling Bash and Empty Fist pre-upgraded. Thank you, chat. Yes. Much appreciated. Extremely appreciated. That's going to be very important for the next floor. Are we pivoting away from Mantra? Almost certainly, yeah. I'm taking Crush Joints upgrade. Good fight. Empty Body, Empty Fist, Sanctity, Skip, and 2 max HP. Shout, what do you think we should do here? I think after this run in particular, I'm gonna quickly go and get myself some food to eat. So we'll probably do a small, like, eating and talking stream before we go back to the video games. All right, we're cutting Prostrate, so I'm gonna upgrade Empty Mind, I think. Who's the boss? Ugh. I don't like this boss. Gonna be difficult to pivot. New character? Yeah, this is the 4th character included in the game. This is the 4th official character. What would you say your favorite cards for the Watcher are so far? Still unknown. I feel like Wrath and Calm are 2 separate builds, because Wrath you just want to unload as fast as you can, but with Calm you want to exit the stance almost every time for... Yeah, but how do you exit your Calm stance? Right? You can exit your Calm stance by entering Wrath, and that gives you the ability to, like, have draw, enter Wrath, and have a bunch of cards as options. Stance switching is a build. Also, there are cards that incentivize stance switching. Adaptation is a power that gives you an extra card, or rather draws a card every time you switch stance. And there's also one... I can't remember the name of right now, that gives you 6 block every time you swap stance. Really good. You'd upgrade Empty Mind. Yeah, specifically with the Dex potion, like, Empty Mind, Defend, Defend is actually a pretty good turn against this elite. Sorry, boss, rather. Show me Calm, please? Sure. There it is. Calm. Upon exiting this stance, gain 2 energy. We'll Prostrate on the first turn just to activate Cross Joints. I'm seeing too many end stances instead of switch stances. Ending counts as a switch now. So there's Wrath, Neutral, and Calm, and Divinity. So Crush for 12, Carve Reality for 9, 12, 9, 21, and then 13 with the Vulnerability on top, 19. Literally, we have exactly enough to put the enemy on the ground here. Divinity's his stance? Yep. Divinity, enter the stance, you gain 3 extra energy, and you deal 3 times damage, but you exit the stance at the end of the turn. Does the Watcher have a massive energy sink like Skewer? Yes, but not in the same fashion. The Watcher's energy sinks like that always have a delayed effect. Collect gives you 2 extra energy for X turns, or X plus 1 turns, afterwards. And the... can't remember the other card, but it gives you a bunch of smites in hand. Good empty mind for the card draw. I'm gonna Brilliance, and it does get discarded. Hell yeah. Dud get discarded. Good work, Ryan. Brilliance is working out real well for us. Carve Reality into another Smite. Defend and double Smite here, I think. While the enemy's vulnerable, we would gotta go for it. Because it got discarded, it's the same energy 2 before us, yeah? Yeah. It follows the same rule as all of the other things, which is they keep the benefit of their upgrade. Usually you don't get to benefit from it twice, but I have been pretty pleased with it. Doesn't seem to matter, but Divinity ends at the start of the next turn. Oh, yes, sorry. You're right. It does matter for things that will trigger on stance change. I haven't got lethal this turn. Alright, fine. I'm gonna block potion because I am a little scared. Set up the vulnerability and try and pivot for damage. Actually, at one point you can get 5 devotions in your deck and you will ascend. Yeah, just be in the mode all the time. I mean, you only need what is it? 2 upgraded devotions and 2 non-upgraded devotions. Carve Reality, Smite, Bowling Bash. Bowling Bash is 15, 19, sorry, 9, 19, 27, 15. Yeah, we're short. Dex Pot? I shouldn't need to use that this fight. I think I'm going to Carve Reality and I'm going to hold the Smite. Brilliance will crush, eruption, strike, smite. Should have been no. It's fine. It's fine. That order works. So we get to save the dex pot by not using it. Vault and Judgment and Master Reality are also available. Skip and plus 2 max HP. Just... ah. Lolash, why would you ever skip a vault? I'm actually interested to hear your reasoning on that. Snecko Eye, as well as the Velvet Choker, as well as the Empty Cage. You really like Master Reality? It allows you to patch the deck? It does, but a vault that 50% of the time discards is pretty good. I've run out of water. Alright, chat. I agree with that choice, but we're going to have to pivot the deck. That needs to go away. Brilliance can stay, but... oh, we got to be lucky with that. Why would we Snecko this deco? So that we can get back to the vaults really quickly. Pretty effectively just to get back to the vaults really quickly. Get Waterfall? That's apparently a sentence as far as I'm concerned. There's a great path here. Look at this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, what? No normal enemies? The entire path? Oh, damn it. Get something to drink, save your throat. I just drank a bunch. I'm super hydrated. I think I just bowling bash to put an enemy on the ground. We have a couple of cards that deal 9 damage, so that's a real quick kill on that. Throw that out to the backliner because I'm definitely using crush joints for the front. Or am I? Ooh, no, I turn into eruption mode here. Hang on. We're going for the kills. Play this turn safe, though. Maybe you'll pick up a winged boots and get the ability to dodge the last normal enemy. Here's hoping. I'll do it if I get it. Truth with card draw when you randomize costs is pretty good. The insight being retained and bad is not. So, because I have so many things that are going to retain in this deck, like I've got the insights, I've got the brilliance, and I also have the, got the truth, obviously. Where's the other one? There is no other one. But because of those, we're going to want to take one establishment just so that we can get rid of them, even if they get a bad result from Snecko. Sanctity, Flying Sleeves, Foreign Influence, Skip, and +2 max HP. Agreed, chat. +2 max HP. I'm gonna hit an early shot with my amount of money, like Wallop, Vault. We're looking for those. It's not Jaxed, right? Is it transform 2 cards? Is it transform 2 cards? You strike and it defends. If they turn into attacks, they get upgraded immediately. Transform the prostrate. Oh, yep, prostrate. Yep, that's one. Prostrate and strike, because Carve Reality gives us damage. Ragnarok, and it immediately got upgraded. Whoo! Thank you. And we also got a Cut Through Fate, which immediately got upgraded as well. But the Ragnarok's great. Strength gain on this character is super good, though. Sure, but a Jax that costs anything except for 0 is complete garbage. That said, if I took the mutagenic strength and Clockwork Souvenir in this shop, I would have had the, would have had 3 strength. Oh well. Oh well, we've done that on the save file elsewhere, so I'm not too sad about it. Flurry? Hindsight 2020, etc. Agreed. Flurry of Blows is fun, is it? I haven't found it fun. I mean, if it randomizes its cost to 0, returning from the exhaust pile to hand is not a draw effect, so it will stay 0 cost. However, if it's 2 or 3, it'll stay there. Follow-up is occasionally extra energy for us. This is only 15 damage to a single target as well. It's kind of bad. But you won't play it at 2 or 3, exactly. Got to be a dead card in hand. It's like whether I take that or a Bottled Flame in order to put Ragnarok in my opening hand so that I make sure I always have Ragnarok in my discard pile for the second shuffle. I could even do it with Volt, right? 50% of the time it goes out. Lori wasn't even that good in your YouTube stance build. Exactly, agreed. Agreed. I think we put Ragnarok in our opening hands. And again, Ragnarok in the opening hands would be really good with mutagenic strength. However, we wouldn't have Ragnarok if we had mutagenic strength. Does the flame randomize the cost? Yes. Remove a card from my deck or upgrade all strikes and defense. 3 strikes and 3 defense get upgraded. Okay. And Caridian, great. That gets added to the hand rather than drawn as well. Establishment! Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. So Ragnarok was in the bottle, but you can see it's 0 cost. We definitely crushed joints before we Ragnarok. Pretty good turn right there. Establishment. I like it, and I'm mad that I do. Double defend bowling, definitely. What's his Caridian do? The Spire info bot will tell you. Ragnarok for 36. I'm exactly 1 short of lethal from a fire potion after that. You're rude. It's Volt. It's defend Volt, I guess. Eruption Bowling Bash isn't lethal by itself. So, Brilliance, Eruption, Bowling... Yeah, never mind, we got lethal. Anchor started combat with 10 block as well as Liquid Bronze. I just fought the Book of Stabbing. I'm not taking it. Worship and Nate gain 5 mantra. Empty Body and Protects are also there. There's also Skip and +2 to max HP. Let me just spell out that word I saw for a quarter second. That's fair. And Caridian. I agree, chat. So, for a couple different reasons, I agree, right? The second time you play Worship, you enter Divinity, and Divinity refunds 3 energy. So even if the second Worship is really expensive, great, we'll play it. We cycle through our deck very, very quickly as a result of having the Snecko Eye as well, and we're also not that likely to increase the size of the deck too much because of the Singing Bowl. So a lot of the time we're going to end up in turns where Worship triggers on Ragnarok, and we deal 36 by 3, so just over 100 damage. Oh, cool. It does have just Divinity Stance. I'm glad it does, because this doesn't actually explain it. Also, I accidentally just cut my hand on my sharp toenail as I was getting into the L stance for this run now. I don't really think of it as the L stance as much as just the way that I sit, but... You cut your hand on your toenail. Yep. I don't know how I did it either. There's only 2 cards left in the deck to upgrade at this rate. I think we upgrade the one that draws an extra card for the sake of the Snecko Eye. I sit like that too, and it's probably bad for my circulation. Possibly. I mean, worse my circulation would be me being entirely sedentary. What does the L stance look like? I think it's supposed to be this, right? Like, just like squatting atop a chair. I don't actually do this one. I'm just like, well, I don't do it often. Like this. Match and keep. Swivel doesn't really matter either. Does it? He could cheat out bad cost cards. Alright, if we pair Swivel, I'm happy with it. I don't want to pair Eruption, though. But I do want to see an extra card. Daviform, okay. Got him. Got him, chat. Don't want Madness. Surprised you didn't upgrade the Eruption earlier. A +6 damage boost can deal double damage for 30. Seems useful. Sure. But that wasn't how we were dealing damage. Like, Eruption was effectively just a trigger to get Carve Reality to deal our damage for us. This man is his Daviforms? Yeah, I can't not get them, apparently. Being on the bone, if your HP is at a... I hurt my back. If your HP is at or below 50% at the end of combat, heal for 12 HP or a Sapphire Key. I may take the Sapphire Key here. Like, this is really good, but I have a lot of defensibility in this deck already. And I'm only getting more. Taking the key. Good establishment. Daviform as well, just down on the first turn. Neat. God, we have Ragnarok too. Doesn't kill anything. Yep, that's my Ragnarok. It's fine. Sadly, I couldn't use Mantra on the first turn there, but it would have been a bad idea. Defend to crush, and then let's scry the rest of the deck. Choose any number of cards to discard. So I draw one after doing this. I actually don't want... I want Vault in my next hand, ideally. Right, so I'm not going to discard any of these, because then I have a 2 in 3 chance to draw something that I don't care about this turn, and leave the Vault for next turn. Good. Alright, we'll start with Vigilance. I think we're just going straight for the backliner here, aren't we? Yeah, because we're not taking damage this turn, and then we extend for lethal next turn. Aren't the scry cards in order from left to right? I don't know. Are they? If they are, I need to know that, like, right now. Yeah, never mind, we killed the chumps anyway. Speaking of killing the chumps anyway, discard all of those because I don't care, and boing, kill them. 75%. Every time I've assumed so, I've not been punished. Okay. Akabeko! We have a Ragnarok in our opening hands! All we need now is one more worship. We'll double worship in the opening turn. We'll have an Akabeko Ragnarok triple damage. 9 by 6 is 54. Triple to 166. 162, sorry. Now that's a lot of damage. Establishment. Sanctity, Third Eye, Skip. Do I have an establishment in the deck yet? I do not. I do not. You gotta remember that pound sign if you're doing the voting, by the way. Thank you, chat. Needed the establishment. Nirvana, whenever you play a card, upgrade it for the rest of the combat. Sure. Sure, Davey. All we need is the 2 worships to be playable alongside one another. They refund us the energy to play the Ragnarok no matter how much it ends up costing. Defend, crush joints, Ragnarok. Still probably the right order, but not interesting. Not in the fun way. Third Eye, Weave, Flurry of Blows, Skip, and +2 max HP. Thought we had establishment already? No, the establishments that have turned up so far have been from Enchiridion. We got quite lucky to have them turn up earlier. +2 max HP, much agreed. Agreed, chat. We are number 1. Specifically voting for it, I mean. Dava. Dava definitely needs that upgrade there. Yeah, because this does 9/6 even after vulnerability. So it's better to use this first. Not what I wanted. I don't want to enter Vigilance at the end of this turn. I think I actually use Vault here. Doesn't Establish need it more? Doesn't Establish need it more? For the boss fight, yes. For the floor fight, I don't think so. Right, so the prolonged fights are where we're going to need that more. Okay, so I can go into Eruption, and then this becomes double damage 18, 18, 27. So yeah, 2 27s, we've got lethal. You just need Bag of Marbles now? Hell yes, I do. Question card. Future card wards have 1 additional card to choose from, as well as a duplication potion. Wish, Crescendo, Crush Joints, Skip, and +2 max HP. Wish is play a chosen card in your draw pile. Sorry, choose a card in your draw pile. Play the chosen card and twice and exhaust it. Upgrades to be 3 cost. And Wish exhausts itself as well. Finally, we get to play with Wish. I've desperately wanted to play with it for a while. Glad to finally get the opportunity. Maybe we use Bowling Bash, right? 13. Well, maybe I Duplication Potion Ragnarok just to get out of here for really early. I could double Dava form here in the opening hand. You're right, you're right. In fact, you're right. Like, 100% you're right. No reason not to do that. Got him! Question about Flurry of Blows' interaction with Sneckerwide. Does it keep the mana cost when it returns from exile? Yes. The mana cost is only changed on draw from Confusion, whenever you draw a card. Draw is important as the keyword there. Put into hand, return from pile, none of those will trigger it. Got a hell of a lot of block for free. Do I want to empty Mind first before I Eruption? So that I have damage to deal? Yeah. We'll do that and then exit into Mantra. Murder that target instantly. Defend, Crush Joints, and just wait for the next turn. Divinity's pretty good. Also, it looks rad as hell. Sanctity, Weight to the Hand, Flying Sleeves, Follow-Up, Skip, +2 max HP. All of the available options here. Hoops didn't see the spoon. Yeah, Strange Spoon. Cards will exhaust instead. 50% of the time here. I'm actually probably just gonna split this like whole stream up into different episodes for YouTube. Not in the main YouTube series. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do you dirty like that. They'll have their own name or something like that. Establishment gets the upgrade here. Deva for free in the first turn. You gotta love that. You have to love that. Deva, Establishment will empty mind. Get out the first worship. It's going to be more important later. Please tell me I'm not the only one old enough to remember the tick. Well, there was another recent series of it on Amazon Prime, so definitely not. Although it was cancelled after season 2. Unfortunately, putting Griffin Newman out of work. I can Vigilance my way out of this turn. It was live action, starring Peter Serafinowicz. And yes, it is actually pronounced Peter Serafinowicz. I've heard him correct other people. You'd assume it was Peter Serafinowicz, but it's not. This isn't a great turn. I may actually pump with Vigilance. Sorry, pump with... Hang on, can I leave this form at the end of the turn? No, I can't. So I have to Eruption before Vigilance if I want to be out of this stance at the end of the turn. That's not that good. I know what I can do. Oh! Oh, this is dirty. We need to see what Wish costs. Anything but that was fine. I think we can still do it. All right. Vigilance into Eruption into Wish on Worship. There we go. You could have wished Diva form. I could have. But that didn't get rid of the chumps. This one did, though. Ragnarok in the high cost. Thank you. There's Deva. So we can no longer Mantra, by the way. Deva, Eruption, Strike, Ragnarok Truth. Hey, anyone watch the Steven Universe movie? I did. I did. Quite enjoyed it as well. I'm gonna leave Truth in hand and go for a different hit instead. Again, Ragnarok is very, very high cost for us here. We're probably just going to carve Reality, Truth, Truth. And then end with a Vault. Sure. Got him. Knew that one was going to be pretty calm. Wallop. Battle him, Unraveling, Master Reality, Skip, and +2 max HP. Wallop comes pre-upgraded. Where did Worship go? I exhausted it with the Wish. Wish double plays a card, but it exhausts the target as well. Thank you, chat. That Unraveling nerf didn't cost 1. 1 on the upgrade. Chat, if you've been watching closely, one of these is far better than all of the rest of them. Unraveling could have been fun. Yeah, we would have 7 cards in hand, but unfortunately the order in which they're played is really important to us, especially as we have Vault ending our turn. Has the patch went through yet? Depends on what patch you're talking about. Should I shouldn't corrupt this run by restarting during it, right? Thank you, chat. Fusion Hammer is 100% correct because, like, the whole deck is already upgraded. This community is the only one I've seen that uses Slay the Streamer to help him. This isn't Slay the Streamer. If it was Slay the Streamer, it'd be up in the title, and also on the screen it would say Slay the Streamer, and it would also say pick the worst card rather than pick the best card. You'd also get to choose the bosses, and I would get to draft my run at the start, draft my deck at the start of each run. This is just the Twitch integration that's standard built into Slay the Spire. It just lets chat vote. We're going for 4 elites, obviously. Well, now don't I feel the fool? You shouldn't. Not a problem. Pretty bad hand. Wallop Ragnarok, I think. Shame we had to do it in that order, but I didn't want to take damage to the Spiker. Ultimately, we wouldn't have taken damage to the Spiker there, but I couldn't have known that at the time. This character seems really fun with Snecko. Yeah, this character has a lot of very, very high cost equipment. It seems like even if your deck doesn't necessarily yet support Snecko, as this character, it feels like you should still take it. To me, in my opinion. Let me add those at the very end. I don't need to take damage here. Favor. Establishment. Defend. Wish for worship. And then I'm just gonna moiter. Take a wee bit of damage. Halt, Consecrate, Meditate, and Adaptation, as well as Skip and +2 max HP. Ryan is wrong. IMO, Chip, and Lotus are by far the winners in this character. Chip. Oh, is in Corn Chip? Yeah, and Lotus. Lotus feels like it's more build dependent, whereas it feels like Snecko is so powerful that you depend your build on it, right? You go in the other direction. Most of the colorless cards are going to be garbage for us. As a result, I'm only taking 1. Mind Blast, Impatience, Forethought, and Sadistic Nature. There's also Skip and +2 max HP. Which one is Lotus? Lotus is Purple Lotus. We haven't seen it in the stream save file, but if you do want me to spoil it, you can just like ! Violet Lotus in chat. But everyone else has just said, yeah, it's just +1 energy when you leave Calm. I don't know, she seems like she flops one side or the other. Sometimes she wrecks, sometimes she gets wrecked. I haven't seen any middle ground. The middle ground is in the retain builds especially. Wait. Damn it. Wrong hit on the event again. Hard pass. Double Dave is pretty good. Mind Blast Revenge has been defeated? Did you not put Mind Blast in my deck? I thought y'all were gonna meme me. I was prepared to be memed. Chat, why didn't you meme me? I mean, I appreciate it, but... Scroll, Cross Joints, Flying Sleeves, Empty Minds, Skip, and +2 max HP here. We're sorry. Better be. Is Violet Lotus good? It seemed really mad to me. That was my initial impression of it as well. Patricia set me straight. It's incredible. Then I tried it in episode 223. It was really good. What builds have you done with so far? I think the first episode was pseudo retain. Just curious. First episode was pseudo retain. I've done stance switching. I've done a lot of Snecko work. I've done a dead branch build that was incredible. I've done a lot of stuff. If anyone does want to go and read the new sensory so text, you can follow that link. I am not going to spoil it for myself, so I would appreciate if people wouldn't spoil it for me. I'm not saying that anyone is currently trying to, I'm just putting the warning out there. Upgrade all of my cards. Hell yeah, we can get Eruption upgraded finally. Dead Branch Ironclad though? It's not an Iron Branch. Dead Branch is not an Ironclad relic. Alright, we don't take the Normality this time. We don't have enough opportunities in order to remove them. We don't have one soon. We have 3 fights before the first possibility, and we're not going to get... It's, like, really unlikely that we're going to get both of them removed. So it's the rare relic here. Let's just get smites. That's a perfect setup for the first turn. No, people only get excited for it when they're playing as Ironclad because of corruption. That's one of the reasons to get excited for it, but also it's great in Shiv build. Just generate a ridiculous amount of cards. And sure, your deck is ridiculously thick, but you never run out of card value, so you can match your energy expenditure to anything. Alright, we start with Vigilance and then go into Eruption. Wish Vault? No, Wish Vault is garbage. Alright. Eruption gives us 2 energy back as well as puts us in Wrath, so it's very important. We'll carve Reality, Smite, Strike, Bowling Dash for the kill. It is a good turn. Duvidol, freeze cursing to deck, start each combat with 1 strength. Hopefully we never use that. Fasting Antibody, Consecrate, Weave, Skip, and +2 max HP. I don't think I planned the thing. Isn't it funny how easy these bosses are? Again, this character is Feast or Famine. Also, that's a first floor boss. And we have a ridiculous, incredible deck. Okay, I still have the path to get the emeralds. I wanted to go for 4 elites, but if we want to go for the heart, we have to hit that. So chat, do we want to go for the heart? I will defer to you. Let's be democratic about this. Yes, yes, do whatever your heart desires. Yes, heart, of course. Yeah. I should have known as soon as I asked that. I was asking for a yes, basically. Dang it, David Form. Can't you go back in the deck so I can play your wish? Discard that. Generating a new deck here. Because I want to get to my mantra really quickly. Was that wrong? That was wrong, wasn't it? Because now I haven't got wish for the next cycle. Yeah, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. At least I shouldn't have done it how I did it. You know, that's actually a really good way to showcase character growth, since otherwise enemies are growing in tandem with you. Yeah, by allowing you to fight first floor boss, but in that run, I suppose that's like possibly like a large design goal with it there. It's Eruption before we worship, because we're not going to want to exit the stance. I guess we could have done it at the end of the turn. Or not. Art of War, you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn, as well as Crescendo, Consecrate, Fear No Evil, Empty Body, Skip, and +2 max HP. Left my heart in San Francisco, no idea what it's doing at the top of the spire, getting slain. Agreed, I remember before that event was added, it didn't feel like you really grew as a character despite seeing more damage. Yep. I imagine that was a design call. I'm gonna worship. Set that up. I can't wait until we get the second worship, because it's definitely happening. Believe in me, chat. It's happening. Rush. Hard pass those, get into the new cycle. Pretty decent turn. Guys, if worship shows up and we just don't pick it, why? Alright, we vigilance before the worship, obviously, here. Yeah, that's just lethal. Got him. Stance potion, probably not. Chat. The most ridiculous runs happen on stream. It's insane. Streamer luck? Yeah. This isn't happening in my YouTube series to me constantly, at least. Such a kind and lovely chat. I couldn't agree more. I'm extremely pleased. Or no trolls today. That's a good thing. No! Come on! Come on, though! One more energy! Screw it. We're doing it, chat. Gambling chip. At the start of each combat, discard any number of cards and then draw that many. Uh-huh. Just in case. There was the one YouTube run where you started with the top and the ice cream and then it died. Yeah, exactly. That run was so close to going off, though. So close. Thank you, chat. Defend vigilance. Worship. Worship. Mantra. Ragnarok. Crush some joints and bowling some bash. And the duplication potion is back. Oh. Incredible. Y'all, that second worship does nothing for us. Doesn't help us. Another one. We can't trigger Divinity twice in the same turn. Alright. Cheers, chap. I'm gonna try and remove that. Makes the odds better? Oh, hang on. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It makes the odds better. I hadn't considered that. You're right, chat. Chat, you're smarter than a YouTuber, which isn't a high bar to clear, but still. Vulnerability will matter more, but it's not going to matter at all because we've got the kill. Just Lucky Holt, cut through Fate. Third Eye skipped +2 max HP. But wait, the first two were upgraded. No, so they're innate. Yep. So I'll be upgrading the final one instead of removing it here. Are you smarter than a YouTuber, new game show? It is already a game show. It's called Yai Live. It was announced like 2 days ago. All that one's, I think, are you funnier than a YouTuber, I guess. Wait. Unfortunately, I can't. No, I can worship first as long as I don't play that. Fine. Sorry, I can establishment first. Establishment? Not establishment. Ryan. It's going to take a while until I get these cards straight in my head. Worship. Worship. There's all the energy back. Ragnarok. Wallop. Strike. Pulse. Return. Let's go David form. Probably just going to go strike and vault here. Actually, I'll use the brilliance so I can bowling bash and then vault. Different art's going to make it so much easier to remember the card. Yep. As I mentioned in the last stream, I kind of just look at the art of the card and I look at the colors that are in the different quadrants, and that's how I identify the cards. So without that, I'm kind of a little bit lost. Remember when this guy used to be an explosive theme minion? I do remember. I can't remember exactly what the theming was. I just remember that Reptomancer was different. It was like a fireball, right? Happy player with returns gain in energy. Worship, deceive reality, fear no evil, carve reality, skip, and +2 max HP. All right, who's clever? Who's really clever? No one's voting for it. Am I wrong? Don't keck in this chat. When people start marching under a flag with Nazis with the Kekistan flag, maybe it's time to retire it. Maybe. Maybe, hard maybe. I would have gone for deceive reality. I would have gone for deceive reality there. I'm not accusing you of anything, Beastmaster, don't worry. It's people are consistently unaware of it, despite the fact that it's a very obvious public event. But, yeah, there's nothing meant by it. It's just the kind of thing that in my Discord is actually muted. Okay. David form double worship. Double worship. Rush Joints Ragnarok. Yep. Choose safety or wisdom, and safety is a giant amount of defense, and wisdom is a giant amount of draw. Thought Keck died because Arthur killed the character from the comic because people abused the meme too much. Is that the person who did it for Pepe the Frog? You're referring to Arthur there? There's another wish. I wonder if wishing a wish is a thing. Keck and Pepe are two different things. Yeah, but they have become aligned in that kind of culture. In particular, one's use the iconography for the other. Yep. I really want to see if Wish on Wish works. The ability to trigger Fear on the first turn is... we need that. Talk to the hand, establishment, sanctity, and spirit shield. Skip and +2 max HP. Isn't Keck just lol in Orcish? Regardless of its origin, the way in which it's currently used means that, unfortunately, you can't decipher between someone who's using it as a joke and doesn't understand the current political context in which it is used, or people who are using it specifically to dog whistle to others and hiding behind the deniability of it being a meme. Two worships in the hand. Neat. What political meaning? There are a bunch of Nazis marching with Nazi flags next to a bunch of people marching with Kyrgyzstan flags, which is based on an old Nazi flag. If you need me to tell you this. And if you don't think the people marching saying blood and soil and Jews will not replace us and Nazis, then I don't have any words for you. I really don't. Alright. Start with Ragnarok. Well, I'll carve reality to hold for the next turn as well. That's not the transformation on the enemy yet, but if I... Ooh, if I smite, it will be. There we go for that. Double Ragnarok. I'm going to want to save the duplication potion for the heart fight. Now can we get back to beaming the game? That's what I want to do, yeah. That's what I want to do. Alright, so now we can wish our first wish, but do we have two things to get out of it? We can! Wish on worship, and we do get an extra one. Excellent. So we're already in the start, so now it's cut through fate for the double cast. What does the relic Rite of the Anchor do? This is Akabeko. It's a new relic. It's the 4th level of unlocks for this tier. Your first attack each combat deals 3 additional damage. You should remember 99% of the stuff happens in the US and not everyone's in the US or cares about the US. Yep, but the majority of my audience is US, and unfortunately... Not unfortunately, the majority is that. Oh, we got hard counted! So it'll allow you to queue them up, but the time meter will stop you. That's my bad. I should have known that. I should have known that. $27 incoming, so we just hard wait this turn. Really, your audience is yes? Yeah, the vast majority of my audience is US. Okay. We can worship, but do no damage this turn. Oh, here we go. Worship into strike, carve reality, smite, 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 bowling bash. And then just set up the vault for the next turn kill. What's the flavor text on Akabeko? Good point. I'll look at that in just a moment. Moo. Do you have a favorite fragrance of Sword of Fragrance? I do. The last one comes to mind, but this in particular has been the cologne that I've worn for 5 years. And if I leave it in a room, I've occasionally been told, lying around? Like, it's become an association for my friends. Think you'll be able to beat the heart? Easily. I don't think there's any concern here. Clarity, Third Eye, Deceive Reality, Empty Fist, Skip, and +2 max HP. Do you have a doggo? Unfortunately, I don't. I really wish I did. I live relatively near a dog park, so I do like occasionally going down there and just looking at the dogs. But occasionally that actually makes me sad because it's like, I wish I had one. I have been in that circumstance and just cried before. God, I wish I had a dog. I also don't have a cat either. I have no pets. Probably hard pass. It might be another duplication potion. Over Dex. Might as well buy relics, right? Yeah, I guess I would take the letter opener for no reason. For barely any reason, I guess. Remove rag? I can't remove rag. I would if I could, but it's in the bottled flame, so I actually can't remove it. Path to victory good with Scry. It's not good when it randomizes its own cost. Why no dog? Rental agreement? Income. And also I live in a particularly small house, so like, especially because I would get a large dog, it would just be cruel. And also I live in Australia, and Australia has particularly hot summers, and the types of dogs that I would want to get, like I'd want to get like either a Malamute or a Chow Chow or a Bernese Mountain Dog or a Samoyed, right? So we're already talking about quite expensive dogs, but also dogs that quite like have large coats, right? And I don't really have access to air conditioning or anything like that. So if I'm dying in the summer, imagine a dog. Path isn't good with this Neko, yeah. Thought you could remove stuff from a bottle and then reuse the bottle. Can you? No, it just doesn't appear in the list. Like, I have 26 cards, but you can see only 25 of them are shown here. No AC? Man, I'm sorry. Me too. In the summer, I straight up become completely incapacitated by the heat. I have like a small, like portable air conditioning unit in my own room, but we don't have ducted air conditioning for a dog. We probably remove Eruption, right? Because if we're pivoting for damage, we're only ever pivoting for damage when we have the... when we have Worship up. Maybe remove Eruption? Yeah. Wait, you don't have AC? Well, I have like a small, like, portable air conditioning unit that's like... that one. But it's only for this room, and this room is very, very tiny. Bruh, that must suck. It's not good! It's not a good time. Before I moved here, and before I purchased that as well, I would just straight up lay in bed all day completely incapacitated by the heat. I have a very low heat tolerance. I have a very high cold tolerance. If you're in Australia, does that mean your camera is pointed upside down so you appear right side up? It's actually not Australia that's upside down, it's all of the rest of the world. How do you keep air conditioning noises from affecting your sound quality? I have to run it in between episodes to cool the room back down, and then I have to turn it off and start the episodes. Alright, yeah, we'll get the Eruption out of the deck. So especially if like an episode gets like an hour or an hour half, in summer, my brain starts disappearing because I'm overheating at that point and just permanently sweating. Oh, it's not a great time. I'll take those two and bounce, I think. FYI, if you're in Australia, you don't exist. Sorry, don't exist. It's time for no stream. I don't exist. It's outro time. I'm dead. Wait, no, I never existed. Wait, so that screen can't even exist. Hang on, I got a webcam inbox off. There we go. Sorry, chat. I forgot that I don't exist. I'm sorry, please come back. I've been wished back into reality. Kazzy Bazzy's done it. Alright. Yeah, it's Vigilance? No! Chat, you have to let me redo this. I shouldn't have played that. No, because I'm changing it based on what I knew I drew. Fine. No, I'm not comfortable with this. This is the definition of cheating I give when I say that I'm allowed to save quit for other things. Rayan's just subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription, Rayan. I'm recasting Vigilance. No. I changed it based on knowing what the difference was going to be. Obviously, I was going to wish, and then wish the Deva form and the Wallop after I used Worship, but I'm not comfortable doing that. Let's see if we can just get him naturally, eh? Alright. I'm gonna wish the wish, and then wish the worship, get back into Divinity, getting extra energy, and then carve reality. You can't change from Divinity to Divinity, Ryan! Can you just brain occasionally, Ryan? Rather than not braining? Modified hand. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. I'm going to drop the Dex Potion for the Block Potion. Third Eye, Halt, Adaptation, Flow State, Skip, and +2 max HP. Why are there no good laughing emotes or emoji? I need to contact the person who did my emotes and get some more. I only had 3 emote slots at the time, but now I have significantly more than that. Thank you very much, chat. Will Wish Deva now trigger the hand? It will. It will. What is this opening hand? Everything is going to be 0 cost this turn. Are you kidding me? Apparently not. I'm going to double the Ragnarok, obviously. We did too much damage on turn 1, chat. The game got mad at us and told us to stop. Both wishes are in hands. So I can wish on a worship. Fine. Stop bullying the heart. The heart has bullied me so many times, it's only fair. Double cast worship. We'll carve reality, smite, and then vault to end the turn. That vault applies its damage next turn, though. So unfortunately, it's against the next turn's counters. So this turn. I don't like that, chat. I don't like that turn. Spooned the slime. Dang it. It got me. Now it's higher cost as well. Oh, yes. Sure. What should we wish for, chat? Wish for wish, and then wish for worship, and then wish for Ragnarok. We wish for wish, and then we wish for worship, and then we wish for Ragnarok. Worked really well. That could not have worked better, chat. Thank you very much for another very interesting run by sneckoing my deckoing. And of course, to those of you on YouTube, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time I do a chat run that's really good that I decide to clip out and put on YouTube. Catch you then.